The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, y'all. Happy Thursday. We are almost to Friday. It is Thursday, Junior. I'm Nicole Vick. Just in case you didn't know, like, who is this person talking on the other side of this screen here? This is Nicole Vick. And we are on the other side of Valentine's Day. And I want to congratulate you if you survived it. If you were loved on, happy for you. If you loved on yourself, happy for you. I was in class on Valentine's Day. 100% do not recommend it. Don't go to school and pick all Tuesday for all your classes on one day and it be on Valentine's Day. Look over your calendar before you decide to do that. It was really bad, but it's okay though. My eyes are on the prize. My eyes are on the prize. Graduation day for me. If I do what I am supposed to do, if I do all the things I'm supposed to do, is May 2024. So from now until then, life will be very focused. I'll be missing out on a lot of things, but y'all still invite me to stuff. I'm going to say no, but invite me anyway so I can feel like I'm still part of the team. Speaking of eyes on the prize, we are halfway through Black History Month. Now, I gave y'all 3 suggestions last month. See, this is why I'm telling y'all my brain is gone. I gave y'all 3 suggestions last week. Actually, I gave y'all suggestions 2 weeks in a row. How did you do with those? If you're still slacking, you know you ain't done nothing and the month is almost over. You know it's the shortest month of the year. I got something for you. Please, immediately make plans if you are here in Los Angeles to take yourself to the Pan-African Film Festival and Marketplace at the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza. You have until February 20th to do so. You still have time. Spend your money. Go watch some Black films. Support. I'm going to be there Saturday. Luckily, I just got paid because I'm going to be broke. I've already seen all the beautiful things at the marketplace that I want to purchase. I hope they have layaway. That's what I'm hoping in my spirit, that somebody gonna give me a pay in 4 type of thing so I can buy all the things, because I had to buy a water heater, y'all. So anyway, now let's segue. We had a fabulous Nicole Vick live last week. Fabulous episode of Nicole Vick live. If you missed it, you missed out. I'm gonna say it again. If you missed it, you missed out. I invited my friend Vonda Page. Now, I met Vonda Page through the Black Speakers Network, and we actually did a couple of episodes on her podcast talking about public health and social justice. And I said, you know what? I need to bring Vonda back on here on my side, and let's talk about this thing called DEI, and let's talk about Black women in the workplace. We need to talk. We need to have a conversation because I have had some epiphanies, and I needed her to help me process. And let me just tell you, she helped me process. I talked to her about my aha moment I had been having over on TikTok and everything. Now, Vonda don't cut no words. Like, she gonna tell you how it is. And it's so funny because she's so cute with her hair and her glasses, but she gonna tell you what's really going on. So she has this perception, and I'm really aligned with it, that DEI, this diversity, equity, inclusion work that you've been hearing a lot about, probably since George Floyd was killed, um, is really actually harmful to us as Black folk. It's supposed to be helpful in changing the dynamics of work and making work more equitable. But Vonda said, no, DEI work is becoming performative. And it's not diversity, equity, and inclusion. Vonda says DEI is dangerous, exploitative, and immoral. She feels like it erases the concerns of Black people in general and specifically Black women. But I want you to watch that full podcast to get really what she was talking about. One of the things we touched on that was like mind blowing for me, and I want to see what you think. I was telling her, I said, Vonda, listen. One of my professors who I respect to this day, and I still see, she actually is a neighbor, love her to death. She said to us once, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. And what it really means is that if you, in this case, we're talking about Black folk, if you as a Black person are not at the table, decisions about Black people will be up for debate and you will not be there to make a difference, make an impact, try to, navigate, make sure it's wrong stuff don't happen, right? That's that. And at the time I said, that makes sense. I get that. But over the last, I'm going to say, month or two, I realized, baby, it don't matter if we're at the table. Guess why? Because we're still on the menu and we're holding the table up on our backs and we're being thrown under the bus. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? It don't matter if we're at the table because we're still on the menu. We're holding up the table on our backs and are being thrown under the bus. Somebody, come on now. Hello? Epiphany for me. And I said, hold on a minute. This is a lot. Now, the irony about all of this epiphanies, conversations, thoughts about Black women at work, DEI work, is that I'm starting to see confirmation. Not that I needed it. Let's be clear. Didn't need validation about my lived experience. I know you don't either. But I'm starting to see signals, signs, research, articles about these things. And listen to this. I'm about to read you something. We're going to have a story time right now. A couple days ago on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is becoming a good place for me because I've curated my space. I came across an article on the Huffington Post that really drives the point home about some of the struggles of being Black at work. I'm going to read you the title and I'm going to read you some of the article too. Black employees face backlash from white managers when they self-promote at work. Quote unquote, advocate for yourself is career advice we all hear. I know you've heard it. I have too. But for Black professionals, it's complicated. A new survey finds it's complicated. Let's see what's up with that. Come on. A 2022 study, and guess what? Because I'm in school, what did I do? I pulled that study up. It's saved in my computer. I'm about to read it. But listen here. I feel like I'm a journalist. But let me read it. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Applied Psychology surveyed a racially diverse and stratified sample of professionals, all from a large global financial institution, and who all had white managers. Employees answered a survey about their self-promotional behavior with prompts such as, quote, I talk proudly about my contributions or education with others at such and such company. And a group of management researchers used those surveys and human resources information to see how supervisors rated the employees' performance. All right, here we go. The researchers found that although white, Asian, and Latinx employees received higher job ratings when they talked about their contributions and accomplishments, Black employees were penalized penalized by white managers for doing the same thing. Black employees who rated themselves highly on self-promotion received lower ratings on their job performance and assessments of their fit with the organization. In other words, self-promoting at work benefited white, Asian, and Latinx employees, while it had negative consequences for Black colleagues. Now, listen here. Again, did we need validation? Did we need this study to tell us this? Absolutely not. But this is documented research published in a journal that says what you are experiencing is not a lie. You are not tripping. You are not losing your mind. Okay? The article goes on to say, what explains this racial bias? The researchers think that white supervisors could be holding negative stereotypes of lower job competence against their Black employees, while other racial groups were not dealing with the same thing. This is bias, implicit bias. I perceive my Black employees to be poor performers. So when they speak highly of themselves, that messes with my brain. It's impossible. Can't be. So I rate them lower. That's crazy. So they did all this research. You can look this up for yourself. And again, I just want to say this. Anyone going through hard times at work, you are not imagining things. You are not going crazy. The research is there, but more importantly, you are seeing it and feeling it for yourself. You do not need validation from this journal this article in this journal. Okay, don't be disheartened, even though this is disheartening. Don't be disheartened. Educate yourself, and more importantly, somebody told me this: take care of yourself. All of this stress will wear down your body, and I say this: we ain't got time for you to be stroking out, having diabetes, having cancer, being sick because of all the things that we are dealing with in the workplace and in general society. Okay. So I know that was heavy, but I feel like it's my responsibility. It's always been my responsibility to share information as I understand it, as it comes to me, and especially if I feel like it has some benefit to y'all. Okay. We're going to switch gears and go over to social media because that was a lot. But please listen to that interview on Pyro Media Network that I did with Vonda in its entirety. It's a lot of great gems there. But over on social media, I've been sharing some things. You know, I like to share. Sharing is caring. On Instagram, I shared an amazing Nicole D. Vick live episode from 2 years ago. And let me just say, I had to pause as I realized I have 2 years worth of Nicole D. Vick live content that I can reuse. Now, 2 years ago, the episode actually fell on Valentine's Day, I believe. I did an episode with Dr. Nonspa Kalfani, who at the time was a guest. She is now a co-host, right? And my good friend Trina Green Brown. And we talked about self-care being an act of political warfare, using the words of Audre Lorde, who has since passed, right? And we talked about all the things self-care and self-love mean to Black women. And I also want to remind you that we have done since then an episode with one of the fabulous researchers, Black Woman, on self-care and how Black women perceive self-care. That came up a little while later, but this one was great. You can also see that episode on YouTube at the Pyro Media Network. If you type in Nicole D. Vick self-care, it will come up. Now on LinkedIn, I was posting and sharing information as I saw it, but I also am so excited to share with you all that I got a chance to participate in day 5 of the Black History Month Speaker Series, which is hosted by the Black Speakers Network, which I am a part of. The video is also on YouTube, and I think we're going to try to get it up on my website, www.nicoledvick.com. I did a great job on a 10-minute talk, and yes, I said I did a great job. I'm gonna talk myself up. Shoot. 10-minute talk about it's called I Belong Here. And it's focused on Black women, specifically in the social justice public health workforce, and how our lived experience is undervalued and underutilized. So check that out. Through some data in there and some of my observations as I've been doing my research. So yeah, it's right on YouTube. You can also see it on LinkedIn, I believe. Now, I must keep saying this and keep saying it until I can't say it no more. If you really want to know who Nicole D. Vick is, TikTok is where it is, because I'm going to talk about all the things just straight off the top of my head. Boom, it's going to come out. I don't know how it's going to come out, but that's me. If you want to see me, TikTok is it. Here's what I was running my mouth about over the last week or so. I told y'all earlier my water heater died. I had to give myself an old school shower, heat up the water on the stove, bring it in there, doing all this strategizing on how that happened. And let me just say this, I am so blessed. It is something about connections and networks and friends that is so important, because I was able to call a contractor who is actually a sister-in-law of one of my good friends. And it's funny, even when I was talking to someone, they said, your contractor is a woman? Absolutely. Absolutely. And she's a Black woman too. So she came with her father, picked up the water heater from Home Depot, and brought it and installed it. And so the funny thing is, she said, oh, girl, I'm so busy. I don't think I'm gonna be able to help you. And then she texted me back a few minutes later and said, girl, I'll make it happen. Just go ahead and buy it and I'll take care of it. The power and beauty of connection. And like I said, it's not lost on me that she is a woman. She's helped me on other projects in the past. So I do have hot water again. Child, I turned that water on and was running it. Yes, hot water. You don't realize how important hot water is until you don't have it. So that was a TikTok, and people were trying to help me, and I appreciate that. I also stitched a video of a young woman. She was asking about law enforcement. She said, I'm confused. She said, I feel like there's some federal case that said that police don't have a duty to protect, but isn't the motto to protect and serve? I'm confused about that. And so I stitched that video and I said, this is an opportunity for you and other people to think of safety, community safety, much more broadly. We tend to think law enforcement, police will keep us safe. There are other strategies that we can employ to keep our community safe that don't necessarily have anything to do with law enforcement. Think about it. If you have a good job, your salary is good, your housing is affordable, your food, your eggs aren't $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 a carton, your kids go to a safe school, you feel safe, you can walk outside. Are you going to rob the man next door and take his stuff? No. You have everything you need. Create communities where people have everything that they need to live their best life. I'm not going to say crime will go away. There's other types of crime, right? But imagine how much we can or would be able to improve the safety of our communities if we created a society where everybody had access to the things they needed. That would be amazing. So again, follow me on social media. I talk about stuff like that. I be clowning Smokey Robinson with his 82-year-old self with a Gasms album. People still commenting on that post, by the way, mad at me because I'm saying something about the 82-year-old man or laughing with me, whatever it is. I have people commenting on TikTok posts from months ago that I shared. So TikTok is the place to go if you want to get to know who I am. That's all I got for y'all today. I didn't talk myself out. And I hope you had have a beautiful Thursday. Hope you had a beautiful Valentine's Day. I will see you next week with more content. As always, follow me on social media. Visit my website. I got 2 books out. Yay. I'll see y'all next week.